Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the KMN 1971 back with a long overdue comic book haul. I haven't had a comic book haul in about 2 months, so I figured now is as good a time as any, considering that I will be working next weekend because it's unfortunately inventory at my company, so no weekend or fun for the KMN next weekend. Pray for me, pray for me. So I figured why not just get this comic book haul out there. See, and I won't be able to do it next week. I usually like to wait until I get all of my monthly titles, but any monthly titles that I won't post here, I will throw up on my Instagram account. Shameless plug. That's right. I've started an Instagram account probably about a month ago or so, and if you like what you see here, it's under the same name, under the KMN 1971. Come on by and check it out. I did a lot of posts yesterday for the first time during DC Fandom, which I really, really enjoyed. With great trailers. Love the trailers for the games. Love the animated shorts. I love the little multiverse Batman skits. Love the energy, the diversity. My main and only complaint, and it's a major one, was no comics. They didn't promote any DC comics. You have this huge audience out there, which I assume would be a huge audience watching this for free, and you didn't promote any of your comics. So, other than that, I really loved it. So, I have about a little over 40 books to show, so let's get it on. Starting it off with one of my favorite monthly titles, The Immortal Hulk, number 36. What else do we have here? The Maestro, number 1. Really enjoyed that, but no surprise, Peter David writing an enjoyable Hulk story. Shocker. Wolverine, number 4. Another title that I'm really enjoying. Giant Size X-Men, Phantomex. Phantomex is one of my favorite X-Men characters. Definitely one of my favorite new gen characters, for sure. Dark Knight's Metal 3. Alright. 3 issues into this, and I have to say, I'm pretty confused. I feel like I shouldn't be confused because I've read all of Snyder's Batman run, his entire Justice League run, Metal, Justice League No Justice. The only thing that I missed out on was the Wally West miniseries in the James Tynion series that had the villains in the Batman That Laughs. I forget the name of it. But other than that, I shouldn't feel this loss. And the story itself, while I love this creative team, it just seems like really disjointed. It just seems like a lot of cool concepts that have just been slapped together. But just my opinion. I definitely intend on reading the rest of the arc. Harley Quinn, number 75. Haven't actually read that yet, but last issue, had to pick it up. And I also picked up this killer. I've been cutting down on my cover grabs, but I picked up this killer Joshua Middleton Wonder Woman cover. Who has more range than this guy? And while I was there, I also picked up number 759, which I guess is the debut of a new character. But I love Michael Jennings' art, so I figured I'd give this arc a shot. Why not? And ended off with Batman 96 and Batman 97. And I just want to add my 2 cents on this also. Now, I am enjoying this title. I consider Batman, as far as an ongoing monthly title, has had I don't know, probably the highest level of creative quality. You went from the Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee run on Hush, to the Judd Winnick Red Hood run, to Grant Morrison's incredible run, Scott Snyder's run, Tom King's incredible run, and now we're on Tynion's run, which, while I am enjoying, I am not enjoying it on the level of Morrison, Snyder, or King. It's more on a Judd Winnick, Jeff Loeb level, comic booky level type storyline. And it just seems like some of these hot artists, or writers rather, right now, are really playing to the market. It seems like, everyone likes this Tinian run. I like it too, but he has been allowed to use every gimmick in the book. Harley, you have the Joker, you have the debut of 2 new characters. And I just hope that he puts some context within about Punchline on how she's able to. I mean, basically, spoiler alert, she's just this crazy college girl, right? So how can she hold her own physically with Harley Quinn? How can she get the jump on Batman? I mean, come on. So hopefully they add a little bit more context. But it just seems like these new writers like Cates and Titian, they really use social media and they really use the gimmick of introducing new characters and the possible collectability to push their storylines instead of the storylines themselves. Just my 2 cents. I know it won't be popular, but I just wanted to put it out there. All right, moving on to the back issues. We're going to start this haul off with Spider-Man, and we're going to end it with Spider-Man. So here's Spider-Man, #1 out of a 5-part series. And I wanted to pick this up since watching Enter the Spider-Verse earlier on in the pandemic. And then because one of my comic book shops had loads of copies of this. And then Miles Mania erupted sometime last month, and all of these disappeared. So I ended up finding this in one of his random Spidey stuff miscellaneous boxes, so pretty happy. And it was only I think $3, so not a bad price. So Spider-Man #1, the first meeting of Peter Parker and Miles Morales, and #2. And while I was in there, I also picked up these little bad boys. Spider-Man #1, unfortunately not the hip hop variant, and Spider-Man #3, which I think on a very good day might go for $10, but I just bought it for the cover. I thought that was pretty cool, even though I'm not a Kamala Khan fan. Did a little bit more work on my Moon Knight Volume 1 run. So here's Moon Knight #19, #22, 26, and 27. So now, with the exceptions of issues number 15 and 25, I have all of Moon Knight Volume 1 through 27, which is pretty neat. Along with classic runs, I also love to pick up classic storylines. The Kree Skrull War, Dark Phoenix Saga, the Elektra Saga, Judas Contract, you name it. So if it's classic and if it's a great storyline, I at least want to read it. And if I do like it, I'd like to get it into my collection. I've always heard great things about the Demon in the Bottle storyline from Iron Man, a high point of this creative run. So I always own I own 2 parts of it. I own the cover grabs, basically the one where it has Tony in front of the mirror, and the other one where it has him suiting up, which both covers have been homaged plenty of times. So I just wanted to pick up the rest of the storyline. I found all of these in like near mint minus a VF plus shape for like $5 a piece, and I hopped on it. So here's number 120, part 1 of the storyline. And I want to say possibly the first appearance of Justin Hammer. 121, 122, 123, 124. Here's 125, and I actually paid $10 for that one. That one's features the 3rd appearance of the Scott Lang Ant-Man. 127, and that will do it for the storyline. So, looking forward to reading that. Giant Size Supervillain Team Up, #1. This is another one that I used to own when I was a little kid, and always wanted it back in the collection. Really great stuff. Great Bronze Age premiere issue. I've also recently discovered a little Neil Adams cover run on World's Finest from the Bronze Age. So, you put Neil Adams and the Bronze Age together in one sentence, and most likely I'm going to want it. So here's World's Finest, number 201. Here's my favorite out of the bunch. World's Finest, number 202. Showcasing an old school BVS cover. And World's Finest, number 208. I consider myself to be a pretty big Neil Adams fan, especially from his Bronze Age era, and I had no idea about this run. So there's a couple more over at that comic book shop. I intend on picking them up. All right, as I stated in my last haul, I ended up picking up some nice high-grade Batman vs. Predator comics. So the ones that I own are very well read. So I wanted some nice high grade copies. So here's Batman versus Predator. These are the prestige editions of number one, and cover A and cover B. And I also, while I was there, I also picked up the standard edition. I never actually owned a copy of the standard edition. So very cool. One of the best. I would have to say one of the top 10 best Batman slugfest occurs in this story. All right, I still have some Star Wars fever going on. So Star Wars Age of Republic special number one. The variants go for a lot more. I want to say this is like a $20 to $25 book now. The reason that this book is hot is that it's supposed to be the first appearance of Ahsoka Tano in recognized Star Wars continuity as of right now. But what none of the spec sites or any of the channels that are showing this comic tend to tell you is it's just a cameo. It's a cameo flashback scene, 2 panels. That's it. So I would not really constitute this as a first full appearance of Ahsoka Tano in recognized Marvel Disney continuity. But still very cool to have. Darth Maul, number one. Of course, I had to grab. It's not the hottest variant, but I just love the Clone Wars animated variant. Beautiful cover. Also picked up number 2. I do have a soft spot for these Star Wars 40th anniversary variant covers, and this features the first appearance of Cad Bane. I've also started to work on my Star Wars Tales run, and not particularly the ones that everyone else is going after. So I always loved this premiere issue, love this Darth Vader cover, so picked it up. And I've also been working on my photo covers. So for a lot of these Star Wars Tales, low print run, and also had photo covers to go along with it. So as a Star Wars fan, how can you not want to collect some of these photo variants? So here we have Star Wars Tales number 11, photo variant, features a Boba Fett versus Darth Vader story by Garth Ennis and what's her name? Oh, I forget, but it wasn't very good. I guess it was a little bit too early on in both of their careers. Star Wars Tales number 15, featuring Slave Leia. And this one's actually a newsstand variant, so pretty cool. And we'll end it off with a little Silver Age. Action Comics number 360, Supergirl Special. And my pick of the haul, The Amazing Spider-Man King Size Special number 3. When Spidey tries to join the Avengers or is recruited by the Avengers, things of course don't go well. And he also takes on the Hulk in this issue and learns that the Hulk is actually Bruce Banner. Classic Marvel Silver Age historical stuff. Stan Lee, John Romita Sr. Beautiful. So happy to have this book. So that's all I have for this time around. I will be back later on in September with a comic book haul. I've been buying a lot of books during this pandemic. Initially, pre-pandemic, I thought I was going to cut back. But during the pandemic, seeing options are limited, it's kind of good to be a comic book fan. You know what I mean? So until next time, take care. Thank you all for watching, liking, and subscribing. Have a great one.